In 1941, the Battle of the Atlantic had fully begun. Canada provided Britain with food and military supplies, so they needed warships to protect those supplies on the voyage. Huge convoys were sent, and many were sunk by German U-boats. It wasn't until 1943 that the German naval code was cracked. Finally, between March and May 1943, the Allies were able to defeat the German U-boats. This battle was a very important victory for the Allies, as this ultimately changed the course of the war in favor of the Allies, and it would eventually lead up to Germany's loss. As a result of this battle, Canada's navy had grown exponentially to include 400 vessels and more than 100,000 sailors. In this battle, 3,500 Allied ships were sunk between 1939 and 1945. The invasion of Italy was Winston Churchill's plan to recapture Europe through its soft underbelly of Sicily and Italy. This invasion would last over 2 years and would result in the loss of thousands of lives. On July 10, 1943, the Canadians assisted in the invasion of Sicily. After 2 weeks, they were successful and by September made their way to Italy. However, the rugged terrain, mud, rain, and cold weather made for horrible conditions, and battles were fought house to house. When they reached Ortona, the Canadians fought for a month and lost over 1,372 soldiers before the Germans finally withdrew. Finally, on June 4, 1944, the Allied forces took Rome. The fighting continued in Italy until 1945.
And you're watching Battle Central. Today, we have a reporter in the field. Maggie, can you hear us?
Yes, I can, Jill.
So, Maggie, can you tell us what's going on over there?
Well, I'm standing here at Juneau, and these soldiers are fighting in what they call Operation Overlord.
Wow, things are looking pretty bad.
Yes, as you can see, this is by far the biggest Allied invasion of the war.
Can you tell us how this all started?
Well, on June 6, 1944, the Allies launched a full-scale invasion on Europe. They planned to rehearse this invasion thoroughly. The attacks were preceded by massive air attacks, also paratroopers landing behind German lines.
You said you were at Juneau. Where is that?
Well, the Allies have codenamed 5 beaches along this 80-kilometer stretch. The beaches are named Sword, Juneau, Gold, Omaha, and Utah.
How are things going at Juneau?
It started out pretty rough, as 30,000 Canadians arrived here as the first wave of the attack. They had to make their way past concrete barriers, barbed wire, and other barriers to work their way inland. Luckily, because of careful planning and cautious actions, the Allied forces were able to keep this attack a secret from the Germans.
So, the attack was a surprise?
Yes. Since they didn't expect the Allies to attack in such bad weather, the Germans weren't prepared or coordinated for the attack.
How do you think this is going to turn out?
Well, by the looks of it, the Canadians stand a good chance of coming out of the victors. But only time will tell.
That is very true. Thank you, Maggie, and thank you for watching.
We'll launch an attack on civilians. You were going down. Okay. Bomb. Where's the bomb? Okay. What? I bomb. To force the hardship from the law. To face. Hey. I told you I was lots of spelling mistakes. I did weird shit. To face the hardship. Hardship. We're facing hardship. Guys! I'm sorry. The Allies launched a full...
I used to long for broken bones. I used to long for a casket to call my own. I never